Here is your latest African news. Africa-wide. African Union chief holds talks with Russia's foreign minister. The chairman of the African Union Commission held a phone conversation with Russia's foreign minister Sergei Lavrov. Mr. Faki posted on Twitter that he stressed the need to respect international law and urged for dialogue and a peaceful resolution to the war in Ukraine. Last week, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky reached out to his Senegalese counterpart and African Union Chairman Macky Sall requesting to address the AU. President Macky Sall said he noted Mr. Zelensky's request. He also called for dialogue to end the war. The conflict has led to sharp increase in fuel and wheat prices in Africa and threatens to further worsen economies devastated by the COVID-19 pandemic. Nigeria. Poland freed some detained Nigerian refugees. 13 Nigerian refugees who were detained in Poland after they fled the war in Ukraine have been released, the Nigerian in Diaspora Commission NIDCOM has said. According to NIDCOM, the Nigerians were held in various detention camps in Poland. In a statement shared on its Twitter handle, NIDCOM said the 13 were among the 19 Nigerians detained in the European country. They were released following the intervention of the Nigerian ambassador to Poland, Christian Ugu, the agency said. According to the statement, Mr. Ugu assured Nigerians that the mission will continue to do its best to ensure that the interests of Nigerians are well taken care of. Nigerians seeking refuge in Poland had been briefed on the likely consequences of remaining as undocumented immigrants in the country, NIDCOM wrote. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs in March received about 5 batches of Nigerians fleeing the war in Ukraine. However, some of the Nigerians chose to remain behind and were held in detention centers in Poland. South Africa. Zelensky holds call with Ramaphosa on Ukraine war and bilateral relations. President Cyril Ramaphosa has held discussions with his Ukrainian counterpart. Volodymyr Zelensky tweeted about a phone call with the South African leader. The two discussed a wide range of issues that included the current conflict between Russia, the looming global food crisis, and strengthening relations and cooperation within international organizations. Ramaphosa previously spoke to Russian President Vladimir Putin and had offered to mediate between Ukraine and Russia. The call between the two presidents had become highly controversial after Ukrainian ambassador to South Africa requested meetings with Ramaphosa and with International Relations and Cooperation Minister so she could establish what exactly Ramaphosa wanted to talk about to Zelensky. Her request irked the South African government, which accused her of being undiplomatic and by implication presumptuous, is going beyond her status as ambassador by seeking a meeting with the president and foreign minister. The recent call should help to repair relations between the two countries, which have become strained by South Africa's diplomatic position on the war. It has abstained 3 times from resolutions in the United Nations General Assembly condemning Russia's aggression. Pretoria insists it has abstained not because it condones Russia's aggression, but because it believes that a balanced approach is necessary to try to find a diplomatic resolution to the war. Eswatini. King Mswati III placed on notice by economic freedom fighters and pro-democracy groups. Pro-democracy groups led by South Africa's economic freedom fighters EFF have given Eswatini's King Mswati III a year to abdicate. This was said as the EFF led the blockage of the Ngwenya, Oshok and Golela border posts for 6 hours in solidarity with the Eswatini chapter of the party's call for democracy and human rights. With growing calls for the last absolute monarch in Africa to step down, the crisis in Eswatini had been tabled at the SADC Extraordinary Organ Troika. Early this month, The issue, along with Mozambique's Islamic extremist insurgency, was due for review in Pretoria at the SADC summit. However, Eswatini was removed from the program because of the unavailability of the presidents of Botswana and Mozambique. The summit segment had to be deferred to a later date. However, the delay was not holding back pro-democracy lobbyists' push for change, as they vowed that King Mswati III would not be in power this time next year. Somalia. Somalia government US company disputes legality of oil deal. Somalia's president and prime minister have declared a null and void a deal signed by their energy minister with a US company to explore for oil and gas off the coast of the Horn of Africa nation. Minister of Petroleum and Mineral Resources Abdirashid Mohammed Ahmed and Coastline Exploration Limited had announced 7 production sharing agreements (PSAs) covering deep water offshore blocks. Ahmed hailed it as a huge moment for Somalia, which is in the grip of a political crisis over long-delayed elections and also battling a jihadist insurgency. Recently completed seismic programs indicate that Somalia has the potential to become a significant oil and gas producing country. Both Somalia's president and prime minister, who are often at loggerheads, have swiftly denounced the deal. The office of the President Mohamed Abdullahi Mohamed, better known by his nickname Farmajo, said it floated a decree that bans the signing of any agreements with foreign governments or entities during the election period. Kenya. Google CEO announces jobs in Nairobi. Google is opening its Fast Development Center in Nairobi and will hire 100 new employees in the new hub as it seeks to expand its base in the continent. Among the new employees sought by the firm include engineering managers, product managers, software engineers, and developer relations engineers. Google initially said it will invest $1 billion over the next 5 years to allow for faster and more affordable internet access and to support entrepreneurship in Africa. After opening an AI and research center in Ghana in 2019, the new center is now Google's second big research and development investment in Africa. To apply, interested Kenyans can visit Google's website. According to Google and Alphabet boss Sundar Pichai, huge strides have been made in recent years, but more work is needed to make internet accessible, affordable, and useful for every African. Great news! Tunacheki, Kunda Kids and Nala have partnered together to bring you Maua and the Garden of Plenty, our first African children's book for free. Nala is a money transfer app that uses the latest technology and works with local communities to make payments as hassle-free as possible. The easy-to-use app allows anyone to quickly send money from the UK to Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Ghana, with many other African countries and currencies coming soon at the lowest rates available. To get a free copy of Maua and the Garden of Plenty for yourself, family, or friends, download the Nala app, use the code KUNDAKIDS and make a transfer of as little as £1. For those in the USA, you can download the app and RSVP for your free book coming next month. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, follow, share and like our video. It's the best way of supporting us. And remember, Africa is watching.